Welcome back to Sound and Communications Viewpoint. We're continuing our conversation regarding the digital transition and opportunities for integrators and our customers. I'm joined by Jerry Budge with Tongue Labs and Darren Cheshier with SKC. And let's pick up where we left off on our last segment, and that was our customers. Where do they fit in terms of the informational loop regarding the transition and its effect on, for example, microphones and systems that are in the 700 megahertz band?
Well, I think that beyond us as integrators, we have to educate our customers. We have to do marketing. We have to go out there and basically do what they did with the digital television transition, and we have to go out there and let them know that this is coming, okay? And when we do that, we go out and we have to inventory those systems and find out which microphones are going to be affected by this and which ones are not, and then be able to help them through that transition.
Okay. So I'm curious, so when you say we need to go out and do this work, do you think this is possibly an initiative where our trade associations might participate and help us do this? Because we sure have a lot of people out there to talk to. Absolutely.
I think not only our trade organizations like Infocom and NSCA, but also the manufacturers themselves need to get involved in this initiative.
I don't disagree with that sentiment.
Have there been any PSAs? You know, with the digital television transition, there were a ton and are a ton of public service announcements. Do you think you can get any kind of initiative like that going within the industry?
It's possible, but I don't know that kind of money would have to come from the federal government, I think. I don't think our industry, manufacturers and so forth, and integrators have that kind of money to be broadcasting on radio and TV.
It'd be nice of the FCC, since they foisted this on everyone, for them to mandate a little free airtime for folks.
I agree.
That's an interesting concept that maybe we would get some help, and especially in light of the fact that an awful lot of money has come into the federal government because of the auction of this bandwidth. There's, I think, a great deal of money that's about to be made by the companies that bought this bandwidth and are now looking to get their devices out in the general public.
They should absolutely bear the burden of helping educate the consumer who is being affected by their opportunity.
I think also that there's opportunity for buyback or trade-in type programs too. People that do have to change out their wireless microphones ought to be able to turn those in for some sort of credit for newer systems.
Okay, Darren, thanks for that thought. We're going to go to a break right now. We'll be right back after these messages. Thank you.
At Line 6, we've solved all the problems associated with typical analog wireless systems, and we've done it digitally. Our products like the XDR series and the XDS series utilize digital transmission to overcome all of these challenges. Those who benefit the most are vocalists, musicians, and live performers who demand the freedom of being untethered, but with the performance and reliability of a direct wired connection.
RevoLab's wireless microphones are not affected by the FCC changes, period. Our wireless mics operate in the 1.9 gigahertz range, not the 700 megahertz range. RevoLab's wireless microphones have no problem.
Bosch Communication Systems, a business unit of Bosch Security Systems, is now one of the world's leading manufacturers and suppliers of professional audio, wireless, life safety, and communication equipment. Bosch Communication Systems offers complete system solutions for the world's most critical high-profile installations and events. Together, the future sounds secure.
Welcome back to Sound and Communications Viewpoint. We're going to continue our conversation with a discussion we had during our break regarding opportunities for integrators and our customers.
One of the things that integrators absolutely have to pay attention to is getting out in front of their customers with the right gear. Integrators spend too much time building their reputation and standing behind their installations. If you're an integrator who's got an end-of-driveway warranty, you can stop watching now. But for everyone else who stays on,
Right.
You need to look out for your customers by buying commercial gear. Don't go after these $40 coupon set-top boxes. They have a ton of problems. Right. They're geared for a residence, not for a professional distribution system. They have lip sync issues where the demodulated signal looks like a Godzilla movie, where the mouth is moving and the audio is saying something different. They are also generally not ADA compliant for closed captioning. So anywhere you're working in a publicly funded facility, right. you need to have closed captioning. This is a non-negotiable. So why go in with a $40 piece that's going to put Russian characters up on the screen instead of English? Who's that going to look bad on? Not the facility, but you. It's going to come back to you. So go with commercial pieces. Also, don't make a chain of foolishness by getting 3 or 4 or 5 different pieces to kludge together a solution. Try to find single box solution, a digital to analog processor that's one unit. Then you don't have to worry, get the old manufacturer finger pointing game. We all know that never happens.
The less processing, the better.
Exactly. The less interconnect, the better.
Yeah.
And know your market. Remember that television is not content dependent, for the antennas. Antennas don't care what the content is, they care what the frequency is. Yeah. So what used to be VHF 6 now is UHF 14. 6 is about 130 megahertz, UHF 14 is 470. These are 2 dramatically different worlds. Pay attention to the details, don't go for the hype, and stay commercial. Unless you have an end-of-driveway warranty, then, get what you can and good luck.
Well, I'm assuming that, in fact, I don't even want to assume, I'm sure that the integrators that are watching this show are not end-of-driveway warranty.
I would hope.
And that universally, I believe, everybody wants to offer a product that we can all stand behind. And so I take that advice to heart in terms of using commercial equipment and simplifying the installation. Is there anything else that we can do to help make it easier for our engineers and our sales engineers to learn about and make sure that we're using the right equipment? That what are you aware of in terms of education for us to help us serve our client base better?
There are manufacturers who have generated a lot of non-salesy digital transition survival guide type information that's available on websites via request to help educate you to, okay, if I want to do a digital receive and digital transmission to digital viewing locations, what do I need? Or if I want to get a digital reception and transmit it as analog, how do I do that? Reach out to your manufacturers, your commercial manufacturers, for help. If somebody makes a residential set-top box, that's probably not who you want to reach out to because they don't understand the complexities of RF networks and proper head-end processing. Because once again, you're not selling black boxes, you're selling your reputation, and you only get one chance to make a first impression.
Yeah, as far as the audio world goes, the rules are still being written. So we have to, as integrators, keep up on the new rules that are coming out and what is the best possible scenario. And we really have to team up with our manufacturers and keep on top of this.
Are you noticing that there's a hunger either in your workplace or just in general in the industry that people are really scratching around looking for information at this point? Or is there a pretty high level of awareness?
I think there's a pretty low level of awareness right now. Even in the integrators, I don't think that they're fully aware of what is about to come at them. So
we noticed a year ago that the integrators in our segment were absolutely clueless 1 year out of this major transition. And we've been trying to educate from a manufacturer standpoint of, look, get out there, get in front of these people, get it started. Because what's the flip side? February 1st is going to come. Everyone's going to say, shouldn't I be doing something with the TV system?
What do I got to do?
Yeah, and manufacturers, it's not like they're going to have stockpiles of this stuff that will handle all the late bloomers, if you would, who finally decide to make a decision. We need to influence their decisions now because come February, I don't think anyone's going to have much available for anyone.
And that's a great note to end on because we're now out of time. And come February, we're going to see some major changes in the industry. I want to thank you, Jerry Budge from Tongue, and Darren Cheshier from SKC. I'm Jay Paul from AVI-SPL, and thank you for watching Channel Communications Viewpoint.